So starting off, Graham, with the game yesterday, a comfortable 2-0 win against Rotherham United. Can you just sum up that performance in your words?
Yeah, it was comfortable. I'm not going to go over the whole game, of course, but they started well. I think it was very clear it was wind assisted in terms of the way the game was going to play out as a game of two halves potentially. But once we'd weathered that sort of early storm, so to speak, sort of opening 20 minutes, we took control. Got a beautiful goal, didn't we? And really sort of drove a nail into them, I think, because they were hoping they'd get something at the first half. So for us to go in 1-0 at half time was tremendous bonus, because I knew in the second half we'd come strong, and we absolutely did. I think we played the whole game in that second half in their half, apart from the odd moment. But yeah, it was brilliant. A brilliant performance, a squad game, lots of people contributing, even though it might not have been obvious. The way they warmed up, the way they prepared, the way we've trained since we've won the league, with the total focus on this cup game yesterday, has been outstanding, and that's credit to the players only. The way they handled the whole event really yesterday. Everyone kept their cool, nerves didn't take hold of anybody, they prepared well, they did all the things that you needed to do to have such a comfortable performance.
It's been such a successful season, you don't need me to tell you that, let's be honest. I mean, recording immediate return to the National League has made that little bit sweeter with the League Cup win. How deserving has your squad been to achieve this in such a short period of time?
They've been fully deserving of what they've achieved, because what people won't see is the demands behind the scenes. They'll see the match day piece and they'll understand how we're trying to play. But we have a plan, and the plan worked yesterday, and it's worked all season. Defensively, as much as in the sort of attacking third of the pitch, we've got a plan, and that plan takes time, but we had to do it at an accelerated rate because we came in end of October, early November. So that takes some work, and it's really intense because we've got to embed a way of playing that's going to be successful, that hurts opposition and allows us to be as efficient as possible at both ends of the pitch. And I think the fact that we've only conceded 4 goals in the league, I think it's 10 games I've taken in the league this season, we conceded 4 goals only, and those 4 goals came in 2 games, so we've had 8 clean sheets, and that's down to the players, but it's the way we've worked. We've also scored some beautiful goals, and Stacey Buxton has been outstanding and reinvented herself, I think. She really has been the outstanding striker of the division, and everyone's contributed in that way. Everyone's gone, everyone's improved, everyone's grown and developed, but ultimately because we know the plan and we're sticking to the plan that's effective. So they are fully deserving, not just because they've turned up on match day, but because they've won games from the start of the week all the way through to training, and they've put the time in and been open-minded to new things.
And that's got to be such a testament to the players in terms of bouncing back from a relegation the season prior. How difficult can that be for a player, and does that really just show how great an achievement it has been this season?
Well, it's very easy to feel sorry for yourself when you've been relegated, and the players haven't done that. And some people might say, oh, there was an expectation to bounce straight back, but I talked a few weeks ago about expectation. It doesn't count for nothing, it's other people's noise really. We don't have any expectations or entitlements of anything other than to try our best, make good choices, be part of a team, be selfless. And when you get those things right, the other things tend to take care of themselves. So to bounce back is a huge credit to the character of the players, despite the external noise that people might have had regarding expectations. But they've been outstanding, and there has been an absolute focus on doing our best to ensure that promotion was most probable.
And of course, we're always looking forward, Graham. It's going to be a huge summer ahead of a National League season. How does your side prepare for that?
Well, it starts today. We won the league a few weeks ago. We completed the double yesterday, and really the work started this morning on the preparations. And the preparation is mapping out what training is going to look like. It's mapping out breathing space for the players now until we come back in, but for the staff we are at it now. So the preparation starts now in terms of modelling what the pre-season looks like, modelling the peaks and troughs of when training's intense, when we soften off, where the games come, and the type of content that we put in there. And in terms of the players, their preparation, it's to look after themselves over the summer, and I would expect that. We're not using pre-season to get fit and healthy. We're we're hitting the ground running with balls day one on the way we're going to play in the National League, and it will be a change. There's no doubt about it. The standard is a jump, but we know all about that division. We've been there, so we understand that as a group, as a club, we know the division, and we're going to give it our best shot, absolutely. But the preparation starts now, really, for players as well, in terms of maintenance at very least, and then we can start doing the tactical ball stuff from day one at pre-season.
And in terms of recruitment, it's easier said than done, of course, but will there be any plans to add to your ranks?
Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. We've got to have competition for places. We've got to ensure that we get the best out of each other because of that competition, and that's only going to happen if we bring in quality that's better than what we've already got. So we're not going to just take numbers for numbers' sake. We're not going to look at anybody who doesn't add to what we've got, but we will be looking at people who can contribute. Good people first. Abilities a must. You have to be able to play the game, but good people, selfless, open-minded, grafters, self-motivated, really willing to go out there and have some game craft, really, understand what the game's about, some football intelligence. You have all those things to come and play for me, and that's what we'll be looking for. We've got some targets, but the first port of call of anything is to make sure I speak to the current batch of players, one-to-ones, see where they're at, see where we want to go, and make sure that that's all embedded before anything.
Of course, there's a lot of plans already in place for the season ahead, as we can all tell. But what is the main aim for next season for Sheffield FC Women?
That's to win the league. That's the aim. Is to win the league. You know, we'll come as high as we can, having done our best, left no stone unturned. So if we do that and we finish 6th or 7th, but we've done our best, there's no shame in that. You can live with that. But our aim absolutely is to win the league. We're entering the league to win it, and that's not an entitlement by any stretch of the imagination. Whatever league we go in, we're not sure which division we'll be in yet, but whichever one we're in, it will be tough. It will be very tough. But we don't know what our ceiling is. We're champions, and when you're a champion, you don't know what your ceiling is. You've beaten everybody around you, and we can keep going. So that's the plan. It's to go again. It's to jump again if we can, sooner rather than later. So if next season is the target to get up and have a decent FA Cup run, have a decent run in cup competitions that are available to us. But the priority is the league, always, that number one spot.